ABC6 weather brought to you by Prime.
And good evening, everyone. Well, here's a look at the high temperatures today, and you might be kind of a little bit fooled if you weren't up too early this morning. The temperatures starting the day off were in the 50s. In fact, we reached the high of 56 right around 10 o'clock this morning, and then as we got into the afternoon, the colder air began slowly working in. While those winds were quite gusty, and we're still dealing with strong gusty winds right now between 25 and 30 miles per hour, pretty much out of the west-northwesterly direction, and that is causing a wind chill effect. In other words, it's feeling colder than the actual air temperatures. Right now in Providence, it feels like 36, but check it out. Smithfield feels like 31 and Worcester 26 degrees. But here's the actual air temperature. So Worcester's a good 10 degrees milder, if you will, or less cold than the actual wind chill. In Providence, we're at 43, and same story as you get down to New Bedford and Block Island. But now notice much of the northeast here is getting into the chill because that's all in the wake of the storm system that went on by last night and this morning. And now the colder air is coming down from Canada, and we're dealing with some gusty winds because this storm system isn't going to go racing off our map. It's just going to kind of slowly move off to the northeast. So during the day tomorrow, we'll be seeing a fair amount of sunshine, but still dealing with those gusty winds up to about 35 miles per hour and much colder air settling in upon the region. We'll see just how cold in a moment. High pressure does build across and moves to our south, so we'll start to get a little moderation in those cold temperatures as we go into the midweek stretch, and then finally by later in the week, we'll stay dry on Tuesday with a fair amount of sunshine. A weak weather system slides by to our south on Wednesday, so I think we'll just be seeing some clouds creeping up from off the ocean, but that's pretty much all that we're going to get from it. Any moisture will stay to the south, because a new area of high pressure will be coming in from the Great Lakes. So let's break it down locally for you here. You can see what's happening overnight tonight. Temperatures continue to drop down into the low 30s, just a few passing clouds overnight. And for the most part, when you wake up tomorrow morning, it's a mixture of sun and clouds, low 30s, but it'll be feeling colder than that. We'll take a look at the wind chills in just a moment. As we get into the afternoon, the actual air temperature is only going to make it back to the low 40s. Even some spots may not even hit 40 degrees. Up around Burrowville, perhaps, or Smithfield, about 39 will do it. That's mainly clear for tomorrow night. We're going back down into the low 30s. And on Tuesday, like I said, temperatures get a little bit better into the afternoon with all the sunshine up to around 45. But here's what we're looking at for the wind gusts. Tomorrow morning, still gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour. And we could be getting some 35 mile per hour gusts into Monday afternoon. The breeze, or the winds, ease up as we go into Tuesday, but they're still a little bit busy out there. 20, 22 mile per hour wind gusts is what we'll be dealing with. Now, what will it make it feel like when you combine the air temperature with those winds? So again, tomorrow morning, waking up, heading off to work or the bus stop, you want to dress for winter chill here. It's going to be feeling like it's in the low 20s across the region, and it doesn't get too much better during the course of the afternoon either. It will be feeling like it's in the low 30s. Again, the air temperature itself will be about 42, but those winds gusting to 30, 35 miles per hour puts that extra chill in the air. All right, and it's as we go on into Tuesday, it gets a little bit better feeling, but we're still dealing with the breezy conditions despite lots of sunshine. 45. Wednesday still in the mid 40s with a fair amount of clouds around from the south from that storm passing by. On Thursday, there will be increasing afternoon clouds as our next threat of precipitation comes along in the form of some steadier rain for Friday, lingering showers on Saturday, perhaps the first half of the day. At least we're in the low 50s, and still that shower threat around on Sunday.